What's up, family, and welcome back to the channel. Now, really quick, before I get into this video, two quick little PSAs. One, the uploading schedule, I'm going to try to do Thursdays. Obviously, it's not going to be every Thursday, but I'm trying to upload on Thursdays, especially up until I get off to vet school, because right now that's more feasible. Now, once I get to school, we may have to readjust that, re-advise. But, obviously I'll know once I get those first couple of weeks in, just to see if, Thursdays are still feasible. Now, the second quick little PSA, if there's anything that y'all want to see from me or hear from me, whether it's like story times, this, that, and the third, or specific things like working in vet med and all that other stuff, just drop it down in the comments. Now, some of that stuff that you may recommend is something that I probably will get to, maybe depends on what you're asking for, and I just haven't gotten a chance to, but I definitely plan on getting to that stuff at some point in time. But yeah, so if there's any ideas or recommendations that y'all have on what y'all want to see from the channel, just drop it in the comments, and I'll do my best to, if I can actually, fulfill that, do that as well. Now, let's get into the video for today, which is episode 2 of the application arc, which we're going to talk about your extracurricular activities and all that other stuff today. Now, all this information is coming from time spent listening to the Dean of College of Veterinary Medicine from Tuskegee, as well as multiple different recruiters, obviously that wanted students from PV to go to their vet school. So a lot of schools take what they call a holistic approach to your application, where they look at every aspect. And I know with Tuskegee, I don't know about every other school, but with Tuskegee, you get a certain amount of points for each and single part of your application, in which you can get like max points or the minimum allowable points or whatever the case may be, depending on what they're looking for. Now, obviously, most of the extracurriculars are like your community service, or any events, and or even having a list of like awards that you've gotten, awards and achievements and stuff. I'm going to kind of roll that into your extracurriculars because they're kind of one and the same. A lot of your extracurriculars come with awards and achievements depending on what all you're doing. What we were told, or what I was told, they want everything as best as you can remember. So like even back in high school, if it's relatable, like if you're a captain for something or you're part of the e-board for something, even back in high school, I was told to put that down, right? Obviously, whatever you do in college, that is definitely important. Please put that down. Please have some semblance or remembrance of that, whether you have to pull it from your resume, whether you're kind of keeping a note on the side of just all your achievements, accolades, and what you do outside of just class. Just have that there, so once it's time to put in your application, you already have that, and you don't have to worry about like, did I miss something, Obviously, outside of schooling and stuff like that, you're looking at things of like volunteering at, a soup kitchen for the homeless, or donating clothes to Goodwill, or, doing stuff through your church or whatever other entities that you may associate yourself with outside of school. Now, in school, especially in college, there are two specific... All right, sorry about that. Heard my dad downstairs. Anyways, the two main organizations that they're probably looking for when it comes to vet school applications, especially like I said in college, is going to be the pre-vet club, which obviously is a bit self-explanatory. Those clubs and organizations are going to help and kind of prepare you for vet school, prepare for testing or anything else, any other requirements that you may need for vet school. And then the other one that they mentioned a lot was manners. Now, for those who don't know, MANNER stands for Minorities in Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Related Sciences. And it is a national organization targeted at, like I kind of in the name, African Americans or minorities in spaces of like agriculture, and since we're talking about related sciences, that includes like psychology, biology, computer science, stuff of that nature. You can have a lot of events through there, as well as your regional and national conferences. Now, the reason why I believe manners is really important is because, like I said, you have regional and national conferences. These conferences allow you to, one, network with other students from other schools that you may not see on a day-to-day basis. Like, for example, for those who don't know, Prairie View is in the Houston area of Texas. I've been able to connect with students from Langston, which is in Oklahoma, students from Southern, which is in Louisiana, students from Clemson, which is all the way in the Carolinas. Like, you get the chance to meet a lot of students from different areas, different backgrounds, who may have similar viewpoints and may have similar desires as yourself. On top of that, you also get the chance to meet a lot of companies that are looking for minorities in those agricultural spaces. So you can get to meet those companies and get internships or get scholarships and things of that nature that, you know, will help you through schooling, or just help get extra money in your pocket, or help give you more experience. So you definitely want to be a part of manners for sure. Pre-vet club, like I said, is pretty self-explanatory. And then I'm pretty sure there are other organizations that you can join throughout your college career that, you know, as long as you're doing events and, you know, social experiments. What is the word I'm looking here? Like I said, social events, community service. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know where I got social experiments from. Oh well. Anyways, community service and all that jazz. Like, be active, be engaged, be involved, and then look to join the e-board as well. They want to see people, you in a position of leadership. They want to see all that going on. They want to see, hey, not only am I a part of this organization, but I'm willing to take on the extra burden of being like the president, or the first vice president, or second vice president. As for example, myself, in both pre-vet club and manners my senior year, I was the second vice president for both clubs. Pre-vet club, I was kind of auxiliary, trying to help out the e-board as best as I can. Now for manners, I was in charge of membership. So we came up with an idea of having like an application process, so that way we can log people's name, email, phone number, so that way we had a roster. And then once people paid their dues and all that other stuff, we updated that and allowed them to like sign in for meetings and events and things of that nature, that allowed them to kind of make sure that, hey, these are the people that are showing up. So when it's time for us to pick, you know, for regionals and nationals, we had people that were actually showing up and active in the organization. That is it for me in terms of your extracurriculars. Like I said, there's not a lot. Obviously, any awards you win through those extracurriculars, you want to list those as well. Like, for example, I would be remiss to not mention this. A part of your conferences are also competitions. You want to compete in those competitions, because that's another way for you to meet people. And so for our regional conference my senior year, we had impromptu like mock interview competition or whatever, in which I came second in the entire region. So that was pretty cool. But those are things that you want to list, as well as, hey, not only was I second vice president, for this organization. Not only was I an active member in this organization, but I also competed in the competitions, and hey, I won something. So that's all I have for this video. If there's anything that y'all feel like I shortchanged on, or anything that y'all want me to expound upon, once again, drop that in the comments. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.